Howden designs, engineers and supplies air and gas handling equipment. Howden Africa is controlled by the global Howden Group, which has operations in 17 countries worldwide. It has a market cap of 1.9 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 11 and a dividend yield of 1.9%. Howden, another one to be getting into right now, Paul.
Yeah, talk about a long industrial history. The original James Howden was a Scot who, started fans and air conditioning and related businesses in 1854. So then it came here. So Howden Africa was established in the mid-50s, again, to service and supply the emerging industrial giant companies of Africa from Johannesburg using technology brought in from the global parent company. So as far as I can tell, the global parent owns about 55% of the local entity's shares. But it has been listed here for a while, and it obviously served them to do so. And, if you look at the product range, it's all of that sort of stuff. So it would be used in the mines where, they obviously have a big need to pump, cooled air around the bottom of the deep level gold mines and so on that we have. And then a variety of other industrial customers utilizing the technology. And they've had technology relationships and bought businesses all over the world and taken on technology along the way. Companies like Davidson and Carrier and so on, big names in air conditioning and related stuff. So not a sexy industry, but certainly solid. And again, you can see as the economy has recovered, there's kinds of stocks that really been appreciated anew.
Indeed, when you look at some of the results, we had results out on in August. We had operating profit up 93%. You also had revenues up 49%. So with such results, you definitely want to be getting into this one.
Well, you would have gotten into it a year ago. It's more than doubled over the last year. Profits have doubled. So it has been a great performer. If you look also, for instance, earlier today, there was an announcement by ArcelorMittal that some of their plant in Vanderbijlpark was shut down because of environmental issues there. And this fits Howden like a glove because they are in that business of supplying air products to filter the air, environmental control products as well. So as this becomes a broader issue in South Africa, where companies need to make sure that they don't emit all these things into the air, companies like Howden will be very active, whether it's in the steel industry, power industry, coal, etc., in terms of putting in these products and making a lot of money from that. We must mention that this is more a project-based business. So it's not that much of annuity income as you see with some of the other companies. It's based on bigger projects, which make it a bit higher risk because the moment those projects fall away, you could have a decrease in revenues and profits.
So Paul, would you say you've missed out, or can you still get into the stock right now?
Well, it's got the same kind of attributes. It trades about 2.5 million rand a day, so it's sort of picked up and it's getting a bit more attention. But I think that last point JP made is very important. So, someone like, Nampak or Consol would have a plant where it produces stuff on an ongoing basis. They've got a constant and ongoing requirement for roller bearings and belts and stuff of that nature. So for that, they've got to have a relationship with someone like Hudeko or like Invicta or a division thereof. This is a little different. This is more project-based. So this is when you're doing a new expansion or a development or something. Sure, there's going to be a little bit of consumable type work, but I don't get quite as big a positive feeling about this one. And then again, remember, it's a bit smaller, therefore a little bit less of interest to the sort of mainstream industrial market. And you can see that in the shareholding. The fact that it's got a foreign parent is also not always a big plus. It often results in a higher dividend yield because they like to get the cash out of their foreign subsidiaries, but it does result in a little bit less traded visibility and a little bit less interest from the local market because everybody knows they're kind of spoken for. There's no point in talking to them much because, they're just part of their parent group.
So hot or not for you?
I'm going to go with not hot, although seeing that chart, I feel bad saying it's not hot.
It has performed quite well. Your thoughts are hot or not, Jean-Pierre?
It's a tougher one. A year ago, it was red hot, so I would say it's still hot, just less hot than what it was before. Even though the share price has more than doubled, I think the growth in operating profit compensates for that. I think the trend for spending money on environmental concerns and for the mines to continue with their ventilation systems is a good underpin for this business. So I would say hot.